The year is 2021 and it's time for a much requested updated toolbag tour. These things can take a lot of time, so I'll do my best to edit it down to a decent length. This also means I won't be reviewing all the tools in depth, however I'm happy to field any questions and stuff down in the comments down below. I'll start off with the toolbag itself. I always get a lot of questions about these bags, not many people have seen them. This is a beehive vinyl toolbag and it was made in March in 2012. So that's about 9 years of service it's given me so far. In this time, the only real thing that's gone wrong with it is it's developed a couple of little holes in the front pockets. They're not big enough to get a tool through, but they are heading that way. I'm most likely going to take the cheap way out of this and patch up these holes next time I've got the bag at home. Because the rest of the bag, minus some dirt and grime and stuff, it's exactly the same as the day I got it. These bags have a lot of space for all your tools, front pockets, side pockets and extra storage. And they've also got like a handy hacksaw or whatever you want to put in a pouch in the middle. It's standard these bags to have a clear document windows in them. You can put whatever you want in there. This is great for drawings and stuff, especially in windy conditions. You can reference something without battling the winds all the time and all that sort of stuff. It's always handy to have somewhere to store your papers for when the safety stormtroopers come looking for a reason and give you a hard time. Speaking of them safety stormtroopers, I always keep my clear Safestyles in this pouch on the strap of my bag. This way I can swap between my tinted and clears without worry of scratching, crushing, or where I'm going to put them on the floor in my bag or whatever. It's great. If you're interested in Safestyles, I've got a link in my description. Check them out. Vinyl tool bags of this nature, they're the industry standard in Australia, and they're stupid tough, and they're pretty much tailored to each individual trade. Doesn't matter what brand you're getting, they're all pretty good. Some a bit better than the others, but comes with a price. Sometimes I wish this bag would give up so I can upgrade it, get a bit better one, but it just keeps keeping on. Having said that, I would never buy this exact bag again. I'd go for a lockable, fully zipped up version of the bags. So, into the tools. I've had these pliers for a long time, and to be honest, the lack of a crimper really has let me down a lot lately. I recently borrowed a pair of electrical installation pliers made by Knipex, and I feel that they're going to make these pliers redundant very soon. My side cutters are just side cutters, nothing crazy here, you get what you pay for. I got the cocky beaks, or shears I think the rest of the world calls them. I really like the 2-section jaw approach of these over the classic 1-jaw beaks. My needle nose pliers, I've got 2 pairs of these, my original pair that went soft after being heated up too many times, and my new set. I've ground down the old set so it's smooth and I can bend and form cables and whatnot over these without damaging them, no sharp edges. My automatic size adjusting pin crimpers, these are awesome and it makes putting hundreds and hundreds of pins on all day easier to swallow. Never looked back since getting these. My screwdrivers, I'm real happy with these Wero drivers. From the feel of the driver, the hard sharpened tips, the labels on the ends, these drivers are just kicking goals from left to right. The Wero Craftform Compact, this is like one of those multi screwdrivers. You got the bits in the handle extends out and stuff. This is the first Wero screwdriver I've ever owned, and it's led me on to buy several more since then. You pair this with a set of security torques, Allen keys, nut drivers, whatever, you can get into anything without lugging around like 500 handles. I have the same set of King Chrome Allen keys and security torques keys as I got in the beginning when I first bought them. I'm pretty sure these are the same as you'll find different, more local brand names on them out of the same factory, but in Australia they're called King Chrome. And like a lot of my other tools, I kind of want to upgrade them, but I can't justify the new purchase when the old ones keep going strong. Knipex electrician scissors, these are a recent addition to my bag, and on the back of the safety stormtroopers cracking down any sort of usable knife. I like these scissors and find myself stripping cables and cutting cables with them a lot more than I would have thought before I actually started running them in my bag full time. The Black Panthers, these bad boys cut anything. Steel cable ties, thick rubber, the tension in the room, whatever. This is the latest version and they're definitely a must have. I've got to recommend Black Panthers to everybody. They are the bee's knees for cutting stuff. This is a shitty safety knife. It's more for show when the safety stormtroopers come around, and I can pretend I don't have Leatherman on me. The 180mm Knipex Cobras, these are awesome, perfect little size, and the jaws can open up really wide. A must have. If you're gripping something around, you need these. They almost go hand in hand, but the 180mm plier wrench, Knipex plier wrenches, live right next to the Cobras in my bag. I can't speak highly enough about the plier wrenches. These have got rid of all adjustable spanners in my toolkit. My little flush cutters. I've tried the Knipex flush cutters, I've tried some other brand flush cutters, and the truth is, none of them really compare to these $5 eBay pair. I think these are a Saki brand, $5, long since rubbed off the writing, but they hold up and they do the job. Ergonomic, small, they just work. This little Knipex stripper, again, these tools are sold under a lot of names depending on your region and whatnot. Standard company issue, easy to get spare blades for. I carry pens and markers. The Milwaukee Inksol is actually really good. I do really rate that. Most of these markers you see in my tool bag are back up for the markers and pens I keep in my pocket at all times, but it's always good to have a couple spare. The deburring tool, this lives next to the pens because it looks like a pen. I got this for $1 off Amazon a few years ago. They had a deal. I got like 20 of them, handed them all out. And about a week later, I couldn't find mine or even one to borrow. The UE Boom. When you're doing a 12-hour shift and you need some tunes, this is the tool for that job. We got the Knapex butane torch, heat shrinking, burning evidence, whatever you need. If it lights on fire, this will do it. I can't compare this to any other brand or anything because this is the only type I've ever seen in action. Everybody's got one of these exact ones. My Milwaukee tape. I was a FatMax man for a long time, and then I spent a bunch of money on the DeWalt, which is just the FatMax's sister, and they get expensive when they keep going walkies. Milwaukee has shown up with this decent tape. It's got a nice standout, nice little magnet in it, and it's half the price. So I sense that there's an incoming Milwaukee tax on these once they steal some of the market from Stanley and DeWalt. The Wearer Colosse. This is my full-time gentle persuader. It's also my socket driver. But for some reason, people are so surprised when they see me using this hammer for hitting. Who would use this hammer for hitting? They also seem surprised when I use it as a wrench. So I don't know what they think I'm supposed to use it for. Two more ply wrenches. These came with the 180s as a 3-piece set. But for real world as a Sparky, you're better off with just 2 of the big ones and 1 of the 180s. The middle becomes a little bit redundant if you can't hold the same size lock nut for the same size gland that you're pairing it with. So you might as well just have 2 of the biggest ones and 1 of the smallest ones. I got the rigid pipe deburring tools. These are expensive and a bit more for plumbing and proper pipe work. But if you do a lot of steel conduit, once you have them, you never look back. I got the Empire 400mm square. Empire makes good square. And 400mm makes it good for working with cable ladder and stuff that's a little bit longer than your normal 300 standard. The little Empire aluminium speed square. I got this year and I can't believe I've used the regular old square this whole time. The fast marking and the angles are just too good to pass up. Like, this thing speeds up a whole lot of time. In chrome 1/4-inch socket set. This was actually an advent calendar I got back in 2019. It's perfect size and a great little companion. And like the Wearer craft form, it pairs well with a security bit set or whatever. You can really like scale down the amount you're carrying because it fits all the different bits and pieces. My King Chrome 15-piece Ratchet spanner set. This is my first real tool purchase I ever did, but the buy once, cry once theory is right in play here. Never had a problem with this set. I tried to replace a 10mm with a gimmick Daytona magnetic head ratchet. It crapped out in a week. Stick to known and trusted brand for this sort of stuff. My steel tie gun. This is stock standard Knapex steel tie gun, but I custom anodized it. I like it, and it's harder for it to go walkabout now without me noticing. I'll leave a little link for the video when I did that. I have 2 of these pencil cases. Again, you'll find these under 1,000 different names, same thing. One has my drill bits in that I'm currently using, and the other has my security bits, nut drivers, additional deep drive sockets, you know, those bits and pieces. This is also where I keep my Pickwick and Teeny Turner. They're awesome little screwdrivers from a family-run business in Canada. I can't recommend them more. They're awesome. I've had them for a long time now. My level, this is a Savage. These are the best level on the market as far as I'm concerned. The magnet strength, the fact that it carries the 30 degree as well as the 45 degree bubble make it so handy for tray and conduit. I also run the little Savage because it's handy to have 2 levels. And the rounded edge on this helps for like all sorts of different situations, getting them in there. I also run this Klein Tools conduit bending level. Helps make 90s, and when you install stuff, it helps get it straight in some situations. This is a lesser used tool of mine, but it's good to have. I got the drill bit gauge for sharpening drills. If you don't know, look up this old Tony's video. It gives you a lot of the skills for, well, a skill that's worth having. The old T5 1000. Perfect little meter for belling stuff out and checking if something's live. Past that point, get a better meter. My Knipex multi-crimp. These are expensive. Once you have them and you have the die wheel and everything, you pretty much have the ability to crimp any lug or any pin. Very expensive start off. You can do it cheaper ways, but once you got this set, you're set. Knipex strippers, these are awesome. If you know you're spending a whole day inside of a panel or just making off wires, you crank these out. My ratchet cutters, these are awesome and smooth. I paid a pretty penny for these a long time ago, and they're still pretty sharp and smooth. I actually want to give them a lap file and see how sharp they get, because it's been so long I can't remember how they started. And that's about it for the bag. If I am on a job for an extended period of time, I bring this toolbox. This is because, for two reasons. I don't have a lockable version of my bag. There is ones out there. That's one of my main regrets. So I can fit my whole bag inside this toolbox and lock it up. And the second reason is it gives me the option of storage for tools I know I won't be using in the near future. So currently you can see I've got hacksaw, spare tapes and pencils and some sockets in for the Coloss and other bits and shit. But at other times when I'm not doing such a wide variety of jobs like I currently am, I'll have maybe my installation stuff there and all my other stuff in the tool bag. Or if I know I'm just terminating all day and doing something in a panel, I can get rid of a lot of the other stuff, all my squares and my levels and stuff. I can just really, modularly pack out for what I need for the day. And looking back now, this toolbox would have been a perfect opportunity to advertise some of my stickers, and I don't carry them around, so missed opportunity. I'll do better next time, I guess. And this sort of wraps up this Toolbag tour. I try to keep this as brief and quick as possible, but it still looks like it's coming out closer to 15 minutes. I was aiming for a lot less than that, but there was a lot to get through. I will have a few more videos coming up. I'll have another Toolbag tour of my international travel tools, which the crowd favorite Vito Pro Pack will be making an appearance in. And yeah, I'm going to leave a list of all the tools down the bottom. It's a big list to write up, so be patient with me if I miss something or whatnot. Don't forget, I do have stickers. No pressure. If you like them, you like them. If you don't, you don't. Other than that, thank you for watching.